Okay, will be available after 5 minutes. Okay, let's start. So last time we stopped on executing any comment has been passed and assigned to tasks with task status pending, following with task ID and the UUID for the Decoy. So today we will do the sending of the results and some fixing of the flow. For example, here is the, let us say, operator. You log into the team server. Let us say he do send a comment task. Let's see, task command and the status is pending. And the agent here actually will communicate not to the team server, he will communicate to this part, which is inside the listener, and pairs these assigned tasks. So if it's pending, he's gonna take it and execute it and then get it back. But for now, we need to change the pending to complete when it's done. So after execution has been done, it should be updated to completed, and make sure do not execute it again, right? When a task has been completed, it should be updated on the task. But the updating side is not from the operator. The updating side should be from the agent. So agent is gonna also do another thing to update this one into completed. Or not able to execute. Aborted, for example. But that's aborted in case you're not able to execute the command. So that's okay. But for now, I only interested in completed. And then whatever new task has been come so far, it's only execute that one as the pending status. So, okay. So first, let's go to the server side. And I am going to the SQL worker, which is get task. And here, I'm gonna add another statement, which is SQL and where task status equal empty. This is the first thing. And the second thing that we need to do is also to do another function to update the status. So I am going here. UID string. I am going to update the UUID, task ID, and task status. I'm gonna need the task status. So okay. It's the bar is very static, so it's gonna be increased. And yeah, it's probably the expired or let's do this. I don't think so we need it. Must be already just an update. So for the update, actually, let's go update statement. Forgot, let's just start with something like that. So our database, our table, sorry, is tasks. Yeah, and we're gonna, this is the task ID and the task status. Oh, we need task status. We need task status. Page. Set task that's equal. They're very sensitive, it's very annoying. And a copy this card. So here it should be you can add where also. It should be task ID. Task ID. equal ID. Do a little space. I'm not sure. Let's try here. I think we can do a scale statement. Eight tasks. 7 tasks. Status equal completed where task ID that's it. I think it's correct. It's complicated. I'm gonna change it back to ending. Gonna back here. It's all okay. Execute. Open. Whatever it is. We need another end. Close that one. Okay, cool. So let me minimize this. This for here. So here, I think I will need to add tasks. Status. Let's say that's the status. And it should be agent or tasks and agent. So here it's actually a typical worker. That request dialog. I think even the payload, we don't need it. We can make it more flexible. Task ID, video ID, request type, whatever it is. Instead, we can try to payload right here. Let's see something. Anyway, we'll get back to this one first, but let's prepare our server to handle this part. So right now the SQL should work probably. I didn't test it yet, but it should work. Let's go to the agent part, because this is part from the agent. So we need to create another I'm gonna drop something here. 50 tasks, and agent, let's say task status. This and for the agent side, agent block. Okay. So what we need to grab is the task ID and the task. That's task ID for now. Can you add the UID as extra protection? But it's actually task ID, isn't it? And then task ID. And since every agent is different from is isolated, this should be okay. Wait. 1, 2, 3. It's better also to do it as a dynamic value. And let's see if DB worker to begin. We're gonna end this statement here and update task. So update task is actually getting the UID. We'll keep it blank for now. Task ID should be task ID, and the task status is task status. So here the filtration comes in. Whatever you pass from here, so we'll get it and execute it accordingly. we can add, forget that. Optional. Okay, JSON response. This is post request. We need to choose content fields. It means that it's post request. Query field, it's get request. This is how it is. Okay, right to build. I don't need it. That's so stupid. Tasks. What? So right now, first we need to create listener. We configure its thing here. There is where statements here. It asks us a view. I don't remember that. This. Oh, the next part you shouldn't do where. Just in. Oh, I forgot this. Okay. Create. into it. Edit later. Yes, okay. It's about double coat. So here I'm gonna send it to another repeater to see, and instead of that, it should be like this. Task is update. Request task ID equal and task status receive complete. So the task ID, I grab it from here, for example, which is 119. And then if you're gonna send back this to line cannot open non-select statement. Okay. I think here it's not an open, it's out execution of the SQL. Use here. Actually, let's try from here. Get it? So anyway, let's just start trying to figure out if we actually get it to work. So now spending this work should be completed. You're dead. Nothing means it didn't take it at all. Still weird. Anyway, so task. Well, this one should be like this. Okay. Nice. That's good. Now let's try to implement that on the let's try to implement that through the decoy. Server side is okay. Let's go to the decoy. So if status is pending, go execute the command, forward the output. For now, I'm gonna write it through the terminal, and then after that, if we can say if output output then one and do the HTTP worker. So if the output is valid, send the request. And I'm gonna send a tiny string in here, tiny payload. This part. The format should be like that. So I'm gonna parse also the task ID, so it will be more easier for me to grab it. But for now, just for demonstration, because that's not really it for the server side, I'm gonna add 119 as a task ID. Okay, so the task ID will grab it as it is, and plus task status completed. And duplicate identified. Any payload. And I'm going to do this. Post request. ID. I would say profile ID. I will leave it for now. I don't want it to fit. Actually, task ID. I don't want it because it's gonna be removed. Mismatch, man. Right now, let us see this. It should execute it only once. Write the output, execute it once, and that's it. Something with that. Oh, I don't know what's that one. Oh, I didn't create the listener. Yeah, now it should work. Yeah, so it's do the direct listing. But I'm not sure. It's not updating the status. It's completed. There's something could be wrong. Uh, this is still ending. So there is something here. Let us say post this is our build, right? Task ID and task status. We use this part. Task is update. Where's that? Yeah. Hold on. There's something wrong here. After the path, it should be the type request, which is post. And then after that, it goes the task ID here, profile, task ID, task status, and then that tiny honestly, it should work. Tiny build. Hold on. What's that? Then we go to the server again. Create our listener. Should now execute it, and then only once. Yep, it works. So if we go back here, Let's close this statement. Go back here. View data. It's completed. That's good. Okay, I'm going to I'm just trying to fix the task ID stuff. So here, skill worker, update task, get task. You want to add another, it's called task ID. Okay. And on the server side, we go to the agent block. It's the agent block here. Agent tasks, the data. Let's see. Task ID also. I'm gonna add here task ID and then this one. Task ID. Yeah, cool. Now from the decoy, we should open this part to parse the JSON and see the task ID is okay. Instead of make static, we just pass it right now. So task ID. Here you go. Completed. I think the agent is very tiny comparing with the code, and that's okay. But it depends on some libraries that you have to declare here. And it's compatible with any operating system, like Linux, Windows, whatever. You can do that's compatibility. So that should be okay. For the sending results, I think we need to design that. As a design, I think our database, let's see, should has a table. It's called Decoy outputs. In that Decoy, it has the following. It has see ID Decoy on our like temp ID. This is auto increment, and then you have the UUID, which is and which is the agent UUID associated with the listener profile. Then you grab here. I want the output, but it should be associated with a task. This should be associated with UUID, just to organize the information. So here we need to do also the task ID that is responsible for that output, so it can be easily be trackable. The last one, which is what's that? Here. I cannot write. Here it should be task output. So the agent, whatever he found a comment or a task to execute, that's works for comments or tasks, right? So comments, a system comments, tasks, if you want to assign them tasks to perform something, like scanning the network, or do spreading, or try to inject yourself to some Explorer process. So this is a task. It's not only system comment execution. This could be related to the boss module exploitation. So this is, let us say, the agent. Whatever the task he got, the results, it will be assigned. The first thing, whatever he communicate with the API, right? Okay, see, that's API, right? That API is gonna do the establish of this HTML to first do increment for this one, and then grab the UUID and the task ID, following with results, and then from here, operator side, let's see, operator will actually parse this content or view these contents in graphical interface. That's the old part. So I think there's no much people for now. I will pause for now. Maybe I will try to be live again if I see more people more interested. I actually maybe 2, 3 until 5 until right now. So maybe we need more people. Okay.